There's a moment that can happen in midlife. Life can be working, but out of nowhere, it can feel like, can this really be the life that I worked so hard to build? And that can feel strange because technically nothing is wrong with your life, but at the same time, something is. And for me, this feels especially true in my relationship. So there isn't infidelity or anything like that. From the outside, things look good, but inside, something isn't quite right. So it's not like I'm miserable or anything, but see if you can relate. Nothing is necessarily bad, but there's a low level feeling of discomfort that sits here. Um, it's probably been in the background for a while now. And, when you're younger, things like discomfort and friction, you can sort of live with it. You just kind of chalk it up to that's just life. That's just the work that's needed to create this life with him. Because when you're younger, you can push past many discomforts. You can just simply adjust to them. You tell yourself, this is me making my life happen, creating the life that I said that I wanted. You toil and you till, not giving much thought to the work that you're putting in to keep so many things going. And not just work, but all of the unpaid labor that you do in the relationship. And what I'm finding, the truth is, a lot of us did that. We tolerated things. I'm not talking about horrible things. Those things are clearly intolerable. Physical abuse, even emotional abuse, financial abuse. I'm talking about the quieter things that just no longer work for you. Roles that you may have been doing for years, the responsibilities that slowly became yours, the way certain dynamics in your life settled into place. So, what I'm finding is a lot of women built their lives around being useful. And if we're honest, we were quietly taught to be that way, to be useful at work, useful in the family, useful in relationships. But usefulness has a way of quietly imploding on you because it slowly becomes the organizing principle of your life. And when you start to feel the strain of holding things together in your relationship for so long, you start to notice just how draining it all feels. And you ask yourself, am I doing all of the emotional work to keep this relationship going? Are you the one who suggests things to do yet are told that they don't quite like any of those suggestions? Are you the one who smooth things over when there's tension between you? Are you the only one making sure the connection stays alive? If so, you may have been doing things so long that now you're tired and you're finally starting to notice it. And after enough years go by, you realize you've been carrying a lot of things that you never should have. Things that just accumulated over time. The emotional responsibilities, the family responsibilities, the very relationship requirements. And because you could, you just kept right on doing it. Many women do that until one day you're just kind of done. Nothing dramatic has happened in your relationship. Just a moment where you notice you're tired. Not just physically tired, more like something in you just doesn't want to keep doing things the exact same way anymore. And when that question shows up, that quiet question of, can this really be the life that I worked so hard to build? And that question isn't just popping up out of nowhere. There's something underneath it that's been shifting in you for a while. What if the life I built just doesn't fit me the same way anymore? And I think part of why that question shows up is that something about midlife brings a different kind of clarity. You know yourself better now. You know what drains you. You know what doesn't actually bring you joy. And you also know something else. You're not at the beginning of your life anymore. So the question is, how do you want to live the rest of your life? Not the life that I already lived, but the rest of my life. The life that's still ahead of me. And once you start asking that question, things that used to feel doable stop being even tolerable. Not because things suddenly became terrible, but because you can see them more clearly now. And clarity can cause pause. Enough pause that you begin to wonder about the living part of the rest of your life. The life that you have. You built it. And you didn't build it casually. You worked for it. You adjusted for it. Even in the way that you nurtured your relationship, a relationship that we labored to keep alive. So realizing something no longer fits doesn't always arrive with lots of drama. Sometimes it's just quiet honesty, a moment where you admit to yourself, I want to live the rest of my life with a little more self-honesty and a little more self-commitment. And that's just it. All right. That's all I have for today. If you've got thoughts and comments about it, please leave them down in the comment. I read and respond to everything. I can't promise it will be today, but I will do my level best to get back as quickly as I can. And as always, take care of yourselves. And I really do mean it. Take care of yourselves.